Happy Hump Day, everyone. Coming off a winning day, and we have a Dinger Tuesday winner. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven. Hope everyone had a great Tuesday. We are back at it today. Coming off a winning day, 2-1, and it was sweaty right down to the wire, but we'll go over the recap in just a little bit. But of course, we have to announce the Dinger Tuesday winner. We had actually quite a few guys hit, but obviously the higher odds wins. Congrats to @Kino's Fault for hitting Luis Angel Acuna. That's right, Ronald Acuna's brother, plus 1,000, hit a bomb. I want to say @Kino's Fault has maybe won before. That name rings a bell. But anyways, congratulations. Reach out to us. We'll get you that 20 bucks. And thank you to everybody for participating. It's fun to do that. We've done it every single week of this season. So a quick reminder, NFL video for the Thursday night football game between the Patriots and the Jets. That will be out late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning for some of you, depending where you live. But let's see if we can ride that momentum from the 2-0 Monday that we had. So before we get into anything, we got to talk about Bet365. This promotion will not last forever. And like I always say, if you want to be a good sports bettor, having multiple sports books is huge. You can get all different odds, find the best value at different places. And what better way to start Bet365 account than a bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets promotion. All you got to do is click the link below to sign up in order to get that promotion. No matter what happens with that $5, win or lose, you get those $200 in bonus bets. So, of course, you must be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, now back to baseball. We got a full 15 game slate, so let's get right into it. But the fun fact of the day, @Chicago Golf Pro on Discord is just feeding me a ton of fun facts. I gotta love it. But this year. Going into Tuesday, so yesterday, if you're watching this on Wednesday, the White Sox had 12 games left. They need 7 wins to avoid having the most losses in the MLB modern era. The Angels need 7 more wins to avoid having the most losses in franchise history. These two teams play each other 6 times in the next 2 weeks. Get your tickets and your popcorn now. I mean, what a series. We got a lot on the line in that one. So, anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday, 2-1 day. Go over the good and bad hitter matchups. And of course, it's Wednesday, which means we're going to talk who's on fire, hitters on fire the last 7 days. We'll go over the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire pitcher report. And then, of course, we'll end it with our best bets in those hitter parlay ideas, which are on absolute fire right now. And then, of course, we'll show you that recap at the end. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below like you guys do every single day. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to 29,000 subscribers. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it, but let's get into the baseball journey, and it starts with the recap. There it is, the 2-1 bounce back day that we needed. The first one was the loser. Under 4 runs in the first 5 innings, Yankees, Mariners. Holy smokes, did Brian Wu suck. Aaron Judge had 4 ribbies in the first 5 innings himself. It was just not pretty. I thought maybe we'd get the push, but then the Mariners scored. Either way, I know a lot of people were on that game with a pitcher's duel, and it was not. The Yankees offense decided to show up. Mitchell Parker under 16.5 outs. Great read. Love it because he didn't even go 4 full innings. First 2 innings were pretty decent, and then the Mets really got to him, and it just spiraled out of control for him. And then Christian Walker, Andrew Vaughn. 1+ hit each. I went against all 3 hitter parlay ideas I gave out yesterday, which all hit, by the way. And I picked 2 other ones because I absolutely loved them, and I thought it was going to bite me. Luckily, it didn't. Christian Walker, 7th inning, I think it was, hit a bomb, which was 1 hit. Andrew Vaughn came up in a 5-0 game, didn't matter, top of the 9th, and gets a single because that guy respects the coin. So Andrew Vaughn comes up clutch for us at the end. 2-1 day. There's the overall record and the breakdown of everything. Now let's get into it, and it starts with the hitter matchups. All right, we have a ton of good hitter matchups for you today. Salvi Perez, again, up there in the upper left, just like yesterday. 10 for 27 against Tariq Skubal with 4 home runs. That is pretty freaking impressive off the Cy Young Award candidate or favorite right now. Ketel Marte, you're going to see a lot of Arizona Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte is up there. Josh Bell, Christian Walker again. Corbin Carroll, 4 over there on the left side. And then we got some Royals hitters as well with Blanco. And then over there on the right side, Hampson, Furman, you know, the usual guys. Because I'm pretty sure everyone knew Garrett Hampson was 4 for 9 off of Tariq Skubal. That's pretty obvious there. And then Alex Bregman, 3 for 9. Jose Altuve, 5 for 10 off Dylan Cease. That's not too shabby. And Kyle Tucker, 4 for 10. So they have some success at the top of that order in Houston. But there's all of them, or actually just page 1 of them. So take a screenshot. Hopefully it helps you get some winners. And then the final 4, Freddie Freeman, not Furman, Freeman, 3 for 7 off Ryan Weathers. And then down all the way to the bottom, Aaron Judge, the guy who absolutely killed my Seattle Mariners today. 3 for 6 with 2 home runs off of Bryce Miller. I think we just need to walk him. That's just what I think. But anyways, those are all the good hitter matchups for today. Now let's check out the bad hitter matchups, and we have 8 of them for you. And we got some big names. Look at those first 3. Bobby Witt, 3 for 22 off Tariq Skubal. Matt Olson, 1 for 17 with 8 Ks off Jacob Junis. I don't know why, but he is. Yordan Alvarez, 2 for 13 with 8 Ks versus Dylan Cease. So the other guys in the top of the order have hit Cease well, or Alvarez has not. And then there's all the guys on the right side, including Trey Turner down there, 1 for 11 with 2 Ks against Freddie Peralta. So that's what we got for all the hitter matchups. And now let's talk who's on fire. There it is, page 1. If you have not seen this before, we do it every single Wednesday. You must have a minimum of 20 at-bats and have a 340 average or higher, and this is the last 7 days. Just some numbers to help you with your bets, honestly, just to tell you who's on fire, because sometimes in baseball, it's just riding the hot bat. But Jose Iglesias of the Mets, how about 423 average, the highest average on this page at least. And then Brent Rooker, he's been unbelievable, guys. He's been one of the best hitters in all of Major League Baseball, to be honest with you. He has 10 ribbies and 3 home runs the last 7 days. Just absolutely crushing it again. And then Pete Alonso down there, 409 average, playing for that contract next year as a free agent after this year. 2 home runs, 7 ribbies. And then there's all the rest of the guys. We talked about it. But there is 3 Cubs on this page because the Cubs are swinging it well. Nico Horner, Seiya Suzuki, and the lefty Cody Bellinger. So that's page 1. Let's go check out page 2 now. Luis Arias, the guy who knows how to put the bat on the ball, that's for sure. 455 average, not too shabby. Isaac Paredes, also of the Cubs, 450. Just a ton of Cubs players. Michael Busch, 400 average, 9 ribbies with 3 home runs. Just absolutely insane. But there's the rest of the guys. And that is the hitters on fire for this week. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we only got 1 good pitcher strikeout matchup. There isn't much out there today, I'm not going to lie. But it's Spencer Schwellenbach at the Cincinnati Reds. Reds, 10th highest K percentage versus righties last 3 weeks, 24.3. It's not terrible, to be honest with you, but the Reds have kind of bounced up in that top 10 here throughout the year. Schwelly, 113 Ks and 103.2 innings. I faded him last time. I thought he'd kind of be slowing down. He was showing some signs, but then he comes out with a good start. But he has slowed down, at least in regards to Ks, though. 2, 3, and 6 in the last 3 starts. Before that, he had 8 or more Ks in 6 of the 7 starts before that. So is it just the matchups he's had, just bad luck, or is he actually just losing a little bit? Because, again, he's a rookie. They hit that rookie wall. He's thrown the most innings he's ever thrown in his career in 1 season. So his K rate on the road is also a little bit lower, but still solid, 25.2% compared to 28% at home. So that's all we got for the good pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 8 matchups, starting up there with Ted Basso. That's so funny. Going up against Justin Steele. I don't know much about Basso, to be honest with you. 14.2 innings, 20% K rate. He's done okay, but I did not look deeper into his minor league numbers or anything like that, just so you know. But Justin Steele, the Cubbies, coming back, 3.09 ERA, 7.4 hits per 9. What you're going to know here is absolutely crazy is only 3 pitchers on this entire 15-game slate are actually below average when it comes to hits per 9. There's some guys that are limiting hits that are pitching today. And 2 of those guys, or actually 3 of them are right there in those next 2. Eduardo Rodriguez and Austin Gomber in that matchup. And then Cocaine versus TBD of the Chicago White Sox. You've seen him for the Angels, 11 hits per 9 innings. But other than that, we have one really good matchup in San Diego with Framber Valdez, who's been absolutely dynamite lately, going up against Dylan Cease, who's been a little bit more inconsistent, but still misses a ton of bats. That should be a great matchup in San Diego. And then Schwelly, we already talked about for Atlanta, and then Knick-Knack Paddywhack going up against Ryan Weathers. Advantage for the Dodgers there. Weathers is okay. I just don't think he's going to keep that up. But anyways, that's the page 1 and all 8 matchups. Now let's take a look at page 2. And as you can see here, a lot of pitchers that are limiting hits, that's for sure, including the lowest hits per 9, the rookie Bowden Francis of the Toronto Blue Jays down there at 6.4 hits per 9 innings. Not too bad at all. Tariq Skubal of the Tigers making that playoff push in a huge game versus the Royals and Alec Marsh. A huge advantage for Detroit in that one. And then other than that, like I said, there's not a ton of great matchups. Nola Peralta is a good matchup. Nola has not looked good lately, I will say that. So we'll see what we get out of him. And Milwaukee's been obviously pretty solid at home. Peralta can be a little hit and miss too, but he misses quite a few bats as well. So that's what we got. Nestor Cortez is finishing out down there with Bryce Miller in Seattle. Hopefully the M's can get a win. But That's what we got for all 15 matchups for the pitcher report. And now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Cleveland, Ohio in an AL Central showdown. We got the Guardians hosting the Minnesota Twinkies. Guardians on the money line minus 112, Twins on the money line minus 104 with a low total of 7.5 runs. I know game bets have been rough. Pitcher props and player props in general have been better, but I'm going game bet here. Give me the Guardians on the money line at minus 112 on FanDuel. This is a one unit play. I'm not really sure why this line is so low. I expect it to be higher by first pitch. Guardians 8-3 versus the Twins this season. They absolutely own them. Twins 4-6 in the last 10 games. They're not in good form. Guardians also at home. How about 46-26? Absolutely dominant. And we have Bailey Ober versus Tanner Bybee in this one. So let's talk about Bailey Uber driver. He's all over the place lately. He has some good games, some bad games. I mean, it's hard to know what you're going to get. He's a mixed bag. And the same thing goes in his two matchups versus the Guardians. 0 earned runs in one start, 5 earned runs in the one start that he had at Cleveland, which obviously is where he is this time. But he had a 5.33 ERA in August, 5 earned runs in his last start versus the Cincinnati Reds. Big wild card here, but I just don't trust Bailey Ober, to be honest with you. So he's facing a Guardians offense that they've been average WRC plus in a lot of metrics versus righties in the last 3 days or 30 days and right around that 15th, 16th mark. And then Tanner Bybee's on the mound for the Guardians, 2-0 with a 1.5 ERA so far versus the Twins this year. He's absolutely dominated them. He's been missing quite a few bats lately as well. 6+ Ks in 5 of his last 6 starts. And he's also given up 3 or less earned runs in 8 of his last 10 starts. So he's giving the team a chance to win. I just give him the slight advantage over Bailey Ober in this one. But also, he's facing a struggling Twins offense. If you're a Minnesota fan, you know what I'm saying. But 8th lowest WRC plus last 30 days. 7th lowest on base percentage. 4th lowest slugging. They are lacking power right now. It just has not been really pretty for him. So advantages here. Guardians with the better offense. Slightly better starting pitcher, in my opinion, with the Guardians. But here's what we haven't talked about. The Guardians are absolutely elite in the bullpen, and the Twins are the opposite. I mean, the advantage there, if it's a tie game or a one-run lead in the end of the game or towards the last few innings, I absolutely love my chances. In fact, I just saw a stat. The Guardians haven't lost a game with a lead after 8 innings in over a year. That's just silly. That doesn't even make sense. So they also dominate at home. I just love this matchup. And Clase, the best closer on planet Earth, is going to be available this game. He did not pitch yesterday. So I just love this low number. I mean, we're getting a great short price here at minus 112. So give me the Guardians on the money line as my first best bet. This second bet takes us out to Coors Field where the Rockies host the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs on the money line minus 155. Rockies on the money line plus 130 with a total of 11 runs. That's right. I don't have a game bet. I got a player prop. That's right. Pitcher prop. Give me Eduardo Rodriguez of the D-backs. Under 5.5 Ks. This is going to be a half unit play. Now, admittedly, it scares me a little bit because it's a day game, early games. You don't know the lineup yet. And also, they just get weird. Let's be honest with you. And it's the Rockies offense that I'm tailing here a little bit. So anyways, under 5.5 Ks, this is a half unit play for me. But of course, before we check this out, guys, I got to tell you, if you haven't done Outlier yet, you literally win one bet and it pays you for the month already. It's an incredible deal right now. If you want to join, at least just try the free trial. I'm always here to help you give stats, and my goal on this channel is to always make sure that I can help you make your own bets, and Outlier is just one heck of a tool. I just want to throw that out there. It's won me so many bets and over 20 units, actually. It's been a big help in that in the second half of the year. But Eduardo Rodriguez, let's go take a look at his prop now. He is under in 6 of 7 starts, as you can see right there. So he's only made 7 starts. He already faced the Rockies in Arizona, which is usually when the Rockies strike out is on the road. He only had 1 strikeout then. In fact, 3 of his 7 starts have only been 1 strikeout. That's it. He has a 16.7% K rate overall. It's absolutely wild that we're getting the minus 115. I do get it a little bit because it is the Rockies, but just under this, you can see the insight also. And there's insights on every single game in Outlier, and you can see that Eduardo Rodriguez has actually gone under this in 11 of his last 12 starts overall, dating back to the last time he pitched before this season. Now, let's go down a little bit more, like we like to show. So the Rockies' K rate last 30 days versus lefties, it's 24th. It's not great, obviously. 24th out of 30 is not good. 27.1% K rate. But the big difference here is that they're at home, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about and why I like this bet. Coors Field, if you don't know, it plays so much different than any other park. It has its elevation, obviously. The air is different. Breaking pitches break differently, and that's why you always see totals of 10, 11, 12 runs, and why you see less strikeouts here. So now let's talk about the Rockies at home. They haven't faced a ton of lefties lately at home, so I'm going to go all the way back the last 2 months at Coors Field versus lefties. They're 15th K rate. They are just an average strikeout team in Coors Field, 23.8%. And then also, how about this? 10th best WRC plus, second best on base percentage, and second best batting average. So they are going to get some guys on the base pass, that's for sure, because that's what they do at Coors Field. They also have the 5th highest walk rate, which is huge here because Eduardo Rodriguez has walked 3 guys in 2 straight starts. So if they can get his pitch count up, obviously it's going to mean less opportunities for him to strike out. I think they have a chance to hit him around and get to him here. So overall, they're actually been a really good offense versus lefties in Coors Field the last 2 months or so. But Eduardo, if you don't know, he's a guy who throws around 92 miles an hour. Like I said, sometimes he can have some command issues. As long as we don't get the worst version of the Rockies bats, which you never know, you always could. I really like Eduardo here to go under for the 7th time in 8 starts this year. So give me Rodriguez under 5.5 Ks. That is my second best bet. And now let's take a look at the scorching hot hitter parlay ideas. All right, these are on a 5-0 run lately, and we almost hit an entire lineup when I said that earlier as well. But let's see if we can stay hot. First one, let's do a lineup again. D-backs hitters. 4 of them have really good success off the lefty Austin Gomber. As you guys saw in the good hitter matchups, they've only scored 4 runs in the first 2 games in Coors Field. It makes no sense. Their team totals were like 6.5. I think they're due for an explosion. Austin Gomber has looked better. I'm not going to lie. He's made some good starts, but he's still giving up 9 hits per 9 innings. It's in Coors Field. I like to maybe look into some D-backs hitters for a hitter parlay. But Cody Bellinger facing Basso, the lefty rookie. He is a rookie. He's only pitched 14.2 innings, 11 Ks, 11 hits allowed. But Belly's hitting the lefties good. 294 average off of lefties. He's also hitting 346 in the last 7 days. I'm just riding the hot bat and a good matchup here. Third one and final one, Yandy Diaz of the Rays. You saw it earlier, 3 for 10 off Tanner Houck in his career. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. This is a man who knows how to put the bat on the ball. I've already talked about it before. He's only struck out 90 times in almost 600 plate appearances. 90 strikeouts is like a month for Joey Gallo. Tanner Houck will be on a pitch count the first game back after 2 weeks off. So what does that mean? He's going to get to face the terrible Red Sox bullpen. So I like the matchup there for Yandy Diaz, Cody Bellinger, and pick and choose or just pick the whole entire lineup. That would be crazy if they all did, but those are my 3 or 9 hitter parlay ideas. Let's see if we can stay hot with those. My 2 best bets, and of course, any added plays will be in the pinned comments on X and on Discord. Now, before we wrap it up, let's check out the recap. There it is, my 2 best bets. Guardians money line at -112 on FanDuel for 1 unit, and then Eduardo Rodriguez of the D-backs. Let's get an early game action under 5.5 Ks, -115 on DraftKings, half unit play because, well, it's the Rockies and it's a day game like we talked about. So added plays, I'll have at least one. It'll be in the pinned comments on X and Discord. By the way, Discord is completely free, as everything is. So go click that link and come talk sports with us every single day. We have a lot of fun doing it. So hope everyone has a great Wednesday. Appreciate you watching, and hit that like button if you haven't already. But we'll talk to you soon.